Alright, y'all, this is Fix It with Fran, where I talk about all things faith, family, food, and fun. This is one of those keeping it real, nitty gritty, kind of messy videos, but I'm in the middle of storm prep because if you've watched any of the videos on the channel, or if it's your first time, welcome. I am down in New Orleans, Louisiana, and in 2020, being full 2020, we are expecting to, at this point, I think, as of the last news broadcast or forecast that I've watched this morning, we are expecting a 2 Category 1 hurricanes. I think Laura and Marco, I can't remember which one is arriving in which order. But all that being said, we're expecting 2. So I mentioned on the blog that I have 4 different rain barrels in our yard right now. And this is the most recently added 4th rain barrel. It holds 85 gallons of rainwater that are collected, and this one comes off of the roof of our garage. So what I'm doing right now is that this is actually the one rain barrel. Like I said, there's a mess back here, but this is the one rain barrel that has water left in it. And part of our prep before any storm is that if we have rain barrels that do have a lot of water, or as I mentioned in the part 1 or the first rain barrel video that I did, I use all kind of containers. So this is a good example. I use some old lemonade pitchers from the pre-made lemonade that we get from the store. I use my wine bottles because I can show you another thing that I did. I have some of the terracotta plant inserts where you put the terracotta piece into the plant, you put a bottle on top, and it will self-water the plants for you. I love using those, and I have them in a couple of my plants on my front patio. One day I had a couple leftover wine bottles, and I decided, why not use those? Because with the dark or tinted glass, that helps to prevent algae. So versus using a regular bottle or a water bottle on my front porch, since I knew I was going to be using those several times, I decided to use my wine bottles, and so far that's been amazing. So that's one tip I have. You could be, I guess, a little more sophisticated than I and take the label off and let it just be kind of a blank bottle, but sometimes it's hard to get those labels off, y'all. So just being honest, it didn't bother me. I let it stay there. Sometimes it's a good reminder of, oh, when's the last time I had that wine? I should get some more. But back on topic. I use old pitchers, wine bottles, and then these 2 bottles here are the bottles that I use to fill my arrow gardens. And I like them because they come with those little special nozzles that have a little bend at the end and make it easier to water all of your plants, really, but especially getting water into my arrow gardens. So I love using those, like I said, in the arrow gardens, but also to water like my patio plants and container gardens. And this is one of my Big Bertha just regular watering cans that I also filled, and it holds 2 gallons of water. So this is just a sampling of some of my containers. Like I mentioned, I'm going through right now and filling up all of my water containers because we're expecting so much rain. We're not really too nervous about a Category 1 storm, and if you're a person that lives along the Gulf Coast or Atlantic Coast, you kind of know how it is when a storm is coming in. So we're expecting a big rain event, and because of that, I want to get as much water out of this as possible to help reduce the water that we take on in our yard. And my husband has just brought my little one out, so that was her in the background. And what I have done, so sometimes I have to adjust this, is get these set up so that they will fill. But I wanted to share this with you guys because I mentioned in the last video the benefit of having these pieces added, and again, it makes it easier to control the flow, but also I can fill 2 bottles at once instead of just filling 1. And the other benefit, now what I'm going to do at some point, I told my husband I'd like to put some markers down so that I know where to just put the items, but every bottle is different. When I do the wine bottles, I have to position them a little different, but you kind of get to a place where you know where to place them. And as you can see, these are 1 gallon containers, and they've already pretty much filled up in the time that I was showing you this and talking to you. So I'll have to stop and turn them on. But that's how I do this. So just wanted to share that with you. As always, this is Fix It with Fran, where I talk about all things faith, family, food, and fun. Again, we're down here getting ready for these storm events in the Gulf. And if you are along the path of the storms, I pray that you stay safe and be well, and that you're getting ready too. Until next time, I hope you find that thing and fix it.